Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Got the goosies on a quote that the Miami Heat had tweeted out about Pelle Larsson from Udonis Haslem. I don't know when this was. This might have been on the preseason broadcast. This kind of feels familiar. I feel like I heard this on the preseason broadcast, but I don't actually recall when he said this. But UD on Pelle, Swedish Swish. I think he's going to be the ultimate Heat guy. I watched him take charges in practice, the way that he competes on both ends of the floor. I see him being a Dan Marley type guy for us. UD. Hey, man, I get it. Sometimes intangibles you're going to compare to other intangibles. Also because he's wearing number 9, dude? Is it also because he has great hair? Dan Marley did have great hair. Thunder. Dan Marley, dude? Like, that's all right. I mean, Dan Marley did play with a lot of, piss and vinegar, as I've heard been described of Pelle Larsson before, that he plays with a lot of piss and vinegar. So, but I did find that funny. Dan Marley, number 9. Okay. All right. I guess I see what you did there. Anyway, speaking of tweets, did you guys see this Bam Adebayo tweet? I don't know what to make of it. Bam Adebayo the other day on social media, where he's been much more active on Twitter. He just simply tweeted out a key emoji. And I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know why he tweeted out a key emoji. I don't know if there's a significance to when he did tweet it out, if something was going on at the time that he tweeted that out. I don't know if he's saying he wants the car keys, if he wants to be the key to the Heat's defense. I don't know if he wants the ball top of the key, but he tweets out the key. And I'm always wondering, well, it could be something. Could be nothing. I don't know. That's why I'm very confused. I'm just kind of left here interpreting. Why did Bam Adebayo tweet out a key? For what? Why? What possibly? Did he get a new car? Did he get a new house? Did he get locked out of his house? Which is a pain in the ass, if that's ever happened to you. Last time I remember getting really locked out was my apartment in North Miami. We had bars on the windows, so you also couldn't reach. I was trying to reach in and make it happen. It didn't happen. I got charged $400 to bust into my own place. It was brutal. It was actually, I think, because the key. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it's because I think I either. I'm trying to remember. Did I walk out locking myself in, or did the key break in the lock? I think the key broke in the lock, and that's why we were so screwed. But anyway, Bam Adebayo tweeting a key emoji. I don't know. One guy who did want the car keys, though, one time. I liked this. So I think if you guys watch this channel, that one of my favorite players on the Heat, who just, has become kind of an adorable character that everybody's loved, is Michael Beasley. And I'll take Beasley back 100 times. I don't care. But Michael Beasley did a pretty cool thing that was not bring him back. He tweeted out the comeback video of another Heat player, and that was of Justice Winslow. Justice Winslow put out a comeback hype video, and you had Michael Beasley post the Justice Winslow. Now, I don't know where Justice is. I don't know what is up with his career as of right now. Justice Winslow, I believe. Let's see. It says he is an American for the Raptors 905 G League team. But is he currently with them? I don't think he's currently with a team, but he is putting out a comeback video to try and I guess get something with somebody. I mean, Justice Winslow, not even 30 yet, just 28 years old, and I don't know. You do wonder. You think about the loss. I mean, does Justice Winslow serve any purpose coming back to the Miami Heat? Right? He is there's been some pretty cool articles that have come out talking about like how much, Eric Spoelstra personally has like invested in Justice Winslow, like when he was going through dark times, when he was on the Miami Heat, and very fascinating guy to cover. And it was interesting. I remember I was talking about him this summer because of the whole Devin Booker thing came up. Devin Booker saying that he thought he was going to be on the Miami Heat. So we were talking a little bit of Justice, but always was a tenacious defender. Always is a tenacious defender, unselfish, doesn't really need the ball in his hands. Could the Miami Heat find their way back to Justice Winslow at some point? It'd probably be a little bit too weird for Justice Winslow to come and play for the Skyforce. Like, I couldn't imagine him, being on a two-way deal and anything like that where, like, he's trying out to get back to the franchise that drafted him. Although I think Mario Chalmers did do that during the post-pandemic season. So would there be any use to Eric Spoelstra? You think about like the loss of Caleb Martin, who, I think on his tops just had a lot more offensive punch than Justice Winslow did. Maybe Justice had the facilitating and the rebounding and getting out on the run. But I mean, his size, where he's at, could he bring something on the wing and find a role there? I don't know. Kick the tires on it. Obviously, I think that the Heat are their roster spotted out, so this might be something they have to kick the tires on in the middle of the season if he doesn't find a home. But I did find it interesting. It's like, oh, he doesn't have a home right now. Nothing for Justice Winslow. Very interesting. Speaking of interesting, this was this was hilarious. So I saw this on Emo Jimmy's Twitter account. He tweeted out a clip of Mark Cuban, who was doing an interview with Jalen Brunson's podcast roommates, as if you didn't get enough coverage. Did you guys know that all the guys in the Knicks, they all know each other from college? I don't know if you guys knew that. I just, in case. I didn't know. If you guys haven't heard, they've all went to the same school. But Mark Cuban did an interview, and he is still whining about the 06 finals. He said, quote, "I thought we were going to sweep them. Then D-Wade starts driving to the hoop. Every little touch, 2 shots. Multiple games, he shot more free throws than our entire team. It was not a good series for us officiating-wise." And I got to tell you, dude, the fact that this guy is still trying to take credit away from Dwayne Wade for that performance in the finals when you were up 2-0. Could you imagine the audacity losing 4 straight games and still blaming the series on the officials? Like, do you know what balls that is? Even if you went down 3, you go to game 6 in your building to try and extend it, and you're still boo-hooing about the refs. And then on top of it, the thing I will never understand why Mark Cuban hasn't buried this is it almost bothers him more that they lost this one than it is the one that they won. Because the one that they won was like the creme de la creme. If you want a revenge on the Heat, how about Pat Riley's treasure free agent haul ends in just such embarrassment, and Dirk Nowitzki owes a conquering hero, gets to almost have like the journey of his career, have this crowning achievement where D-Wade and LeBron are making fun of him for faking sick. It almost ends up better for them, but he's still whining about it. And then the thing that I find most hilarious about this jackass is he's doing it on a podcast from a guy who became a monster star that this blowhard let walk for nothing. That's it. Nothing. He let him walk for nothing, and he's still whining about it, dude. Still belly aching about D-Wade in 06. Like, dude, I cannot believe this. This is crazy to me. You mean to tell me that you have the ability to bury the hatchet with Jalen Brunson, go on his podcast after an all-time flub by your organization, letting him walk for nothing? You'll go and bury the hatchet on that, but you're still going to complain about D-Wade getting too many free throws in the 06 finals. Like, do you not see the psychosis of this? How crazy this is from Mark Cuban to be like this? Well, what kind of a sick individual has the mindset where it's like, you know, the place to I haven't talked about the 06 finals in a while, even though like I do it every year. Why didn't I do it on a podcast? But not just any podcast, not Dirk Nowitzki's podcast, okay? Not Dirk Nowitzki's, not Jason Terry's podcast, but what about one of my biggest front office blunders of the last 25 years? Why don't I go on his podcast and talk about the 06 finals? What? I mean, just it's as if you thought the look couldn't get any worse. Like, what do the kids say? Down bad? How down bad can you be, Mark Cuban? You know, you're not even the real owner of the Mavericks anymore. I don't know why you're hanging out. You weren't on stage when they went to the finals. You're off to the side. Like, the last time I saw you, you were perusing around the Kaseya Center, all sad next to the ice cream machine. Dude, it is time to move off the 06 finals and talking about, oh, we were cheated. Dude, the only person you cheated is yourself. You let Jalen Brunson go to the Knicks for nothing, jackass.